Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's me. It's Ken. You know that. You're on my channel. You're watching my videos. But anyway, if you forgot, yes, it's me. The one and only, and we're here at the Alida Anderson Art Projects Gallery looking at the artwork of Janis-Porto Pop Art. Well, what the heck is that? I'm going to find out from Tony Porto and Michael Janis, right?
Yes.
Oh,
right.
Look at that. I got everybody's name off the top of the... And without even notes. Gentlemen, hello, how are you? Happy Affordable Art Day, first day for the public to wander around.
Yes.
So let's start from the beginning. I'd love to hear about all your pieces, if you'll indulge me.
Sure.
Where can we start?
You know what, why don't we step into here and we can talk
Let's step into the here.
Pieces.
Let's talk about the collaborative pieces. And that means work they've done together, my friends, who might be a little not with the coffee yet.
So Michael and I, Michael is a glass artist and I'm a mixed media artist. And I like working with a lot of toys and action figures and things from pop culture. And this is our first piece that we created together. And we made individual panels, started with the action figure panels, and I sent it to Mike and said, what are you going to do with that? And Mike was very hesitant at first to even collaborate.
Well, it's different than the way I think and process the artwork. Now, Tony and I know each other from way back. In college, we shared a room together.
He's my pledge father.
Yeah.
And it was just a thing where we kind of shared his sensibilities about fun and nostalgia and our history. And we said, let's make something that we can both relate to and connect with. And we talked about the pop art sensibilities of a lot of the stuff from the 60s, the Batman era, all those kind of great fun elements. We said, let's explore that because it's different than my body of work and different than his body of work. So we're making a new kind of artwork.
And again, Mike being glass, my initial thought was, well, the way we could collaborate is maybe you could teach me a little bit about glass. But then I basically, when I thought about it more, I decided I really don't give a rat's ass about glass. but I do want to figure out a way to work with Michael. So this was like the starting point where we each kind of made a grid.
All right, there's a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, and then from there, kind of developed into a more elaborate, more complex configuration.
Commissioner is calling.
Yes.
And this is the Adam West imagery.
Yeah.
So that you have, the
My
1960s, but you also have the other eras as well.
Yeah.
So you have all of the Batman-y running around.
Yeah. So again, it kind of started with, we love the bat phone, we like the idea of the bat phone. This is actually a motion sensitive device. We got it on permanent blink now, but the piece itself is off until you approach it and then it turns on, like you're getting a call from the bat.
Hypnotizing.
We also expanded what the pop culture references would be, and a lot of what Tony does is to find everyday elements, and it almost becomes a sacred thing where Superman, that's their reliquary for almost like a sainthood component, or Batwoman, or Darth Vader, and especially since James Earl Jones passed away, it has a different meaning.
There you go.
We wanted it to be almost spiritual in the way that you remember these
And I would have to say it also plays into my obsessive compulsive disorder. So if I can screw a million screws into a piece, I'm all for it.
That's good. This is fascinating to me, this Batmobile.
There you go. Well, that is actually a piece. That is a piece that I did. Michael and I have each done our own pieces. So these are all glass pieces that he did without my input. And this was a piece that I did on my own as well. And of course, this is sort of my era. So loved the Batmobile and really just riffed on that. And
I was going to ask you if Batman fell out, but he's right up there.
No, this is the character that comes with that Batmobile. It's a vintage vehicle, and that's what you get.
Sweet. Michael, tell me about these.
These are cast glass, and so I'm actually doing a element in the kilns that the glass is melting in to take those forms. But I'm also then cutting them out, and I'm using either copper leaf, silver leaf, or gold leaf on top, and then putting a patina on top to give it a much more painterly feel. And it's also talking about collectors and the way that they want mint condition elements.
Oh yeah.
And it's about how they're inside the box in mint condition, that they have that specialness about them.
And again, it may not seem like it, but Michael is working with toys.
Yeah.
So he's working with, playing with the toys like I play with them with mixed media.
Now, the comic book lover in me is a little bit upset about a comic book being...
These are not high-end comic
I can
books.
tell. No, I
They
can
are
tell.
not they are not your very expensive pieces.
Here's a geek note for you, friends. I actually have a button that says "Vote Lex."
There you go. There you
I
go.
am that guy.
Well, and again, it kind of, this piece again, we work back and forth. It sort of started with the comic book and the character bursting out, and then me
It's
shipping
wonderful.
it off to
It's
Michael.
because there's like so much going on with it. You got the comic book, which you're like compelled to read what's around the artwork, and then the figure is popping through it, and then there's this side of it. I'm trying not to touch anything because disaster hands.
That's all right. It kind of seems very touchable because they are toys. You can actually, they are actually movable and posable. If you wanted to reconfigure the Hulk, you could do that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And now we got for the wrestlers too. We got the wrestlers here. You both did this one too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So my little component is the actual figures, and they're bursting out of Testo Boost and Animal Rage supplements.
Now,
containers.
what I want to ask the viewers here, do you know something different about this here? You don't? Tony, tell them what's
All
different.
right. Well, this is actually warping history, because in the actual match between Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant, it was the other way around, believe it or not. Hulk Hogan lifted Andre and almost looked like he was about to die doing it, but he did do it. So we've altered history. But you've got the nice little belt up there, and you're all Michael.
These are the alternate reality timelines.
It is.
So we're just
we're playing with toys, so we could have whoever we want, win or lose.
I like it. I like it. Now, what's this one?
This one right here?
Yeah.
This one right here. You want to talk about it a little bit?
It's Supergirl's Night Out. So
Supergirl's Night Out. Where is she?
A lot of the female characters in these figures usually are playing second fiddle to
They are.
male figures. So in this one, they're dancing around the table and their purses are underneath the table, and they're having a grand time while the male figures have to do their go-go dancing inside the
cage
dancing.
I like it.
They're performing for them. They're having a grand time, and it's kind of fixing the scales of justice.
And these characters are actually the teen versions of
I remember these.
It's a wonderful series of characters.
I think who put that? Mattel put that out, right? Didn't Mattel put that
and
out?
just by their nature, they look like they're ready to party.
They do. They do. Look at that.
This is actually a disco light that's actually sensitive to music. So if you played music, it would dance.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now this is also both of you?
Yep. This one actually started with Michael sending me this great casting of Baby Yoda. And again, it was sort of like, well, what are you going to do with that? So then I had to go out and find some toys that I could embellish it with. And the fur just seemed to fit the nature of little Baby Yoda, and it's just, again, a little party.
And the title is Stop Touching Things.
Yeah. Michael, tell me about these Death Stars.
Oh, yes. I mean, the Death Star came in basic black as the only color. But what a different world it would have been if it came in designer colors, where you had kind of a different take on it when it's a very happy color that we just started saying it's, Rebel Red, or if it's the, Banjo Blue, that kind of coloration. But then the materiality is a part of how the Death Star is. You start seeing the cast glass and the beauty that is that material, and how it kind of illuminates the object within.
Yeah.
Sweet. You can just picture the Emperor now asking for it in Sith red.
Yeah.
Now, these are the final works now. Tony, these are all just your works, correct?
Yeah, they are. Some of them have elements that is Michael's glass, but to a certain degree, they're essentially mine. And really, I build these as like totem poles. To me, they all honor sort of the subject matter. So you've got the Star Trek. That's a collector's Spock plate, and I'm just working with found objects, played with toys. So you've got the Star Wars, and you've got Chewie and all the characters.
Oh, yeah.
You've got the Garbage Pail Kids with Atom Bomb being the feature of that one. These are actually the actual blow pops that you could buy.
Look at that.
Yeah. So they're vintage.
Look at that.
You got a little Pokemon. And it's a little bit of an homage to my son because this is Jigglypuff, and that's his absolute favorite character. So Jigglypuff is sort of the feature of that.
And this is a
And
cool
then
one.
this is actually G.I. Joe, and it's a true G.I. Joe, and it's actually motion sensitive candy dispenser. You get your red, white, and blue M&Ms from the
Go Joe.
Marine G.I. Joe. And then
there's more
finally
Batman.
the Dark Knight. And again, just some great characters, a great symbol. That's actually a coin bank, and me just building
Diamond
a
Select
little
put that out.
totem pole.
Diamond Select put that out.
There you go.
This is fantastic. So, gentlemen, how has the show been? I know yesterday was the big opening stuff. We had a
Ceramic incident next door.
ceramic
Yes,
incident.
we did.
It's been a lot of fun. We had a great response to the pieces. A lot of people come in and they see a touchstone to their childhood, and they're suddenly transformed because it's something that they like. It's a happy memory, and that's actually what we're kind of showing is a connection back that we all
can go
share in
back.
culture.
Awesome,
You
awesome.
can own a piece of your history.
That's true. All right, listen, I'm going to let you guys get back to the business of getting clients in here and people that want to buy all this wonderful stuff. And I thank you both for your time.
For your time.
All right, my friends, you know how it ends. It ends like it begins with me saying, hey, it's me, it's Ken. We're doing the Piercing Ken thing here at the Affordable Art Fair. You know what you're going to do. You're going to do 3 things for me. Why 3 things? Well, because there are 3 things to do. Subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and like and leave a comment on the video. I want to hear from you. And if you absolutely hate everything that just went past you, leave a comment anyway. I like to read that stuff. See you next time. It's me. Bye.